He goes to Alfred. He comes back. He gets religion, right? And he is. And every summer I go home from college. We'd sit down. We'd talk spirituality, and he would always tell me things he learned. Well, one time, like in the late '90s, they bring me out to. Their church is having a band. Guys in the church are in the band, and hand to God, dude. They're singing songs about in the late '90s about two towers coming down. Hand to God. I remember hearing that, going, "That's kind of crazy." And then 9/11 happens. I go, "Whoa, that's some prophecy." So Tony always tells
build the World Trade Center towers.
It took a long time.
But when did they build them? Like when were they officially opened? 60s.
And dude, there's a great video I have on Instagram that breaks down the whole 9/11. It's this animation. It's so fucking good, dude.
So do you think that those planes were remote controlled?
I would take it. I would take they were missiles that look like planes over passenger planes. Yes, because
wait. So you think that they disguised a missile to make it look like a plane?
Yes.
But you saw the way that it was flying.
Yeah.
It flew like it banked.
But you can't fly like that.
What do you mean?
If you talk to pilots, it's impossible to go at that speed in a passenger plane that low, that fast. It's just, and you talk to people who, you talk to pilots, they say they could never have done that. There is technology for them to take over the plane because it's supposed to stop a hijack. They can take over the plane and cockpit from the flight. That's definitely possible, but I think they were military missile planes, if that's what hit the planes, if that's what hit.
So what happens to the actual planes themselves under your theory?
I mean, everything could be just a story laid down. I think the story of the 19 hijackers is just another layer of deceit, that they set a foundation for this story they want us to buy.
Yeah, but Sam, the people did die and the planes did crash.
I'm not saying they did. I mean, but it
doesn't make any sense because it looks like a plane, it flies like a plane, it leaves in the exact airport, they track it, they know where it's going.
Right.
It flies into the tower.
Study Operation Northwood. They literally tell you what they're going to do.
I know that.
Which is what? They fly the plane up?
I know that Operation Northwoods, they had a drone plane and they were going to blow it up and blame the Cubans. I know that. So what that tells us is they had drone planes in 1963, which is kind of crazy, right? That is kind of crazy. Yeah. And that was signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff and vetoed by Kennedy.
Yes.
But why would you think it's a missile and not just a drone plane?
It's possible it's a drone plane, but I think it could be possible.
It's flying like a plane. Like, what makes more sense to me is that they took over a plane and remote control whoever they is, whether it's the terrorists or whatever demonic entities, took over the remote control plane and flew that motherfucker into those towers.
I don't necessarily know. I mean, yeah, that's definitely possible.
That makes more sense. The thing that didn't make sense to me was like the box cutter thing is weird because just a mass of people, you're going to take a chance. There's not some big guys on the plane that are going to overwhelm you. You're going to get access to everything with box cutters.
Yeah.
Maybe you would. Maybe if with the right plane, but with the wrong plane, I could see you getting fucked up by a group of hard men.
Yeah.
If you got
see that on the planes now today.
Yeah.
There's people acting crazy, all the guys jumping up and
you could just catch the wrong fucking plane. Like the fact that you would just take a chance like that your plan involved being able to control people with box cutters. There's only a few of you, right? How many guys were on each plane?
Yeah. I mean, there's 4 planes. There's 19 hijackers. I mean, break it up into 4 or 5 guys every plane.
It's hard.
And then there's just numerology.
Fighting
Joe.
off 5 guys with razors is harder.
You study the numerology in 9/11. It's all Aleister Crowley occult rituals, the plane numbers, how many floors, how many feet the Pentagon is.
See, you go deeper in the rabbit holes than I like to go. I like to go like 3/4 of the way down and I go, yeah, this sucks. And then I get out of there.
Yeah, I know, but
you go all the way to the bottom, which I don't know is always accurate.
But the world's ran by sorcerers. And once you start to realize that, everything's a rich man's trick.
Listen, just because the guy who's the head of the World Economic Forum looks like a wizard, just because he dresses like a wizard in a fucking Hobbit movie, doesn't mean he's into the dark
I mean,
arts.
study Michael
Just because
Chernoff.
he dresses exactly like how I would dress
Except for when he's at
if
the
I
beach.
was in the dark arts.
Have you ever seen him at the
Klaus
beach?
Schwab at the beach?
Yeah.
No, I need to see
You've
that.
never seen. You're not going to
good?
believe
He's
this.
got a
I know you're
six-pack?
not. No, he's not. He's in a. He's in a bride lingerie and a hat.
No.
Yes.
Let me see.
Can
Is
you
that
look
real?
it up? Dude, it looks exactly like. You're not going to believe it, but I totally
Wait
think
a
that's
minute.
him.
This is one of them images that you found online? Because
No.
I think I've seen this one. And I said, oh, that's
He's in a
AI.
dick cage. I think he's walking in a dick cage.
Oh, listen.
Come on, look at
I don't think
dude.
that's
Tell me that's
real.
not him. Tell me that's not him.
That's not what I'm
Dude,
saying.
when you're that high,
I'm
you're
saying
into
it's
weird shit.
It's a fake photo, I thought.
What? What do you mean? How do you know? You just looked at it.
Fact
Reuters.
check.
Oh, fact.
Reuters says.
Okay, then if Reuters says, because they've been
Okay,
writing about
let me see
everything.
the photo. Let
Go
me
down.
see that photo. Let me
That's
see
it right there.
That ain't him, dog.
No, but that's pixelated, dude.
Oh, shut
You
your
find a
mouth.
good picture of him, it looks exactly like
Bro,
him.
he didn't.
That guy is into the weird. You're the
I'm
head
sure,
of the WEF.
but-
You're into the weirdest shit.
Yeah, but he's not going to go out in public.
Come on,
like
dude.
this. No.
Yeah, he
that
is.
doesn't even look like him. That looks like a younger
okay,
guy.
Look at that. You're telling me that
No,
guy
go
that
scroll
doesn't
back
look
up.
like the
Let me see.
exact same guy.
No, make it a little bigger. No, it does
Come
not.
on,
no,
man.
no, it does not look like him. The guy's a different chin draw structure. Go to the other guy. That's different. This guy has a lot more
Looks like the
jowls.
same
No,
guy.
no, he has a lot more jowls. He looks a lot older. This guy looks like a 60-year-old freak, and he looks like an 80-year-old.
But that adrenochrome keeps you young.
No, he's not young in any of these photos. But in that photo, that's a different guy. That's a different human. Someone's just being funny. Like, that ain't him either.
Imagine your doppelganger is that weird and
Right.
that gay, and there's just pictures of him doing weird shit on you. Yeah.
One of my favorite characters in the Biden Chronicles was that one bald-headed guy with lipstick that was stealing women's clothes.
Oh, that guy was the best.
Like, who would have thought someone who dresses like that would be fucking weird?
Not only steals the clothes, wears the clothes to like giant events.
Yes.
Where people, one lady's like, "That's my dress."
Well, she's a designer. It was a one-off. It was a one-off dress. Like, it had to be her dress. This guy would just
Dude, that was some
steal
crazy
luggage. What? But imagine, like, seeing that guy and going, I think he's got his shit together. He should be running the government.
Be like, you know what this security system needs? Trans. That's what we
What was
fucking
his
need.
job? What was that guy's job?
I thought it had something to do with the FAA or something like that. That's some crazy
that
shit.
Rachel Levine.
Oh.
She was another one. Like, what is this
Yeah.
craziness?
Well, that's what I always say. Like, it's like everyone about Trump right now and all the stuff going on with him. I go, the difference between Trump's cabinet and Kamala Harris's cabinet is Trump's all closeted neocons, and Kamala's would be BLM, fat feminists, and trans. That would be the difference between who's standing behind them.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit. It's two wings of the same bird. Now, I like Trump more, and I like Kamala. These people are just absolutely ridiculous, thinking it would be anything different.
It's a completely corrupted system at this point.
100%.
Completely corrupted. And no one in like 6 months, whatever Trump's been in by now, or 4 years, or even 8 years, is going to totally untangle it.
No,
You ain't gonna-
it's so deep, and it's at every single level. Every single level, dude. And that's what the internet did. Took our eyes off the here. Took our eyes off the
Look
local
at that
stuff.
guy. I bet it'd be a great podcast.
Imagine going, that guy should be in the U.S. government.
That's
dude.
what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. Take a plea deal. What's that? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's who I want to run the power.
Check out them windmills, son.
Look at that, dude. Wearing
Hilarious.
lipstick. It's
Why
just,
not? Fuck
and
it.
then sending him to represent us at all these like international conferences.
I wouldn't care if he was good at his job and didn't steal women's clothes. I wouldn't care. Like, if you want to show up for work,
How
and you
about
wear
just
a weird
good at your
dress-
job?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't want either one of those things. But I mean, if you just show up and you work real hard, but you don't want to wear a dress, like, okay, Mike likes wearing dresses. I don't care. Like, why would I care? I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same. It's not much different. There's a little piece of cloth that tucks under your taint.
Yeah.
It's so much different
Yeah.
than a skirt.
I would wear pajamas if people would let me. I'd love
If you
to
were
do
good at your
stand up.
job and you had a regular job and you wore pajamas, like, who gives the fuck?
Yeah, he's a weird one. Sam wears pajamas to do stand-up.
Isn't it weird that like they expect certain jobs, like they expect if you wear a suit, you're gonna behave differently. You know, more professional. I've got a suit on. I can't be bothered with normal talk, right? Like if you showed up with shorts and a t-shirt, like Mike's not even serious. Look at him. He's dressed like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like you dress a certain way,
Yeah.
and they think of you as a different kind of person.
Yeah, 100%. So I was watching this video the other day, and it was about how actors way back in the day looked so much older.
Oh yeah.
Like the guy from All in the Family was 46.
I know.
And then actors today are 56, look like they're kids.
Yeah.
And they were talking about it's because everyone smoked all the time, and they all wore like suits and proper clothes that made them
no
look
one
like
worked
more.
out.
Yeah.
No one worked out. Yeah, no one. So when you hit 46, it was like, ugh.
Yeah, we're as a nation, we're getting fatter and fatter, but there's also a segment that is getting more jacked and jacked. The jiu-jitsu guys, the CrossFit guys, the Thai boxing dudes, they're all getting more and more fucking shredded than ever. Yes, there are a lot of fat people, but there's also, in my opinion, way more in shape people too, because they're just more people.
I would agree there's more in shape people now than ever before, but I think the average person is in worse shape. The average. There's like outliers, people that work out all the time, and there's more of those than ever before. But we're getting fucking poisoned. We're getting our food is terrible. This
We're
is one of the
more than ever.
The RFK Jr. thing was one of the most important things of this administration, I thought. Like, get in there and find out. How do these companies have this grip on what they're putting in the American diet? How do these companies have this grip on what medications they're making sure that you take every year? And how many, and they're not responsible at all for the adverse effects. Like, this is crazy. And like him getting in there and just trying to at least untangle some of that fucking evil octopus mess. Just all the different tentacles of control.
Yes.
And the fact that they're telling you, oh, we know these dyes cause cancer and you can't use them anywhere else in the world, but we have to use them here or it'll hurt our company.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's the same company that makes stuff that they send to Canada that doesn't have the dyes. It's nuts.
It's crazy. Or how, I saw Ian Carroll talking about this, how they have a drug that causes hair loss, and then the same company sells you stuff that'll help your hair grow back.
Yeah, well, there's companies right now that are working on drugs that help people that have heart inflammation, myocarditis, and issues with heart repair.
There's a particular NBA legend named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar who, during the whole COVID stuff, was like he was going after LeBron James really hard about not getting the shot. And now when I listen, because I'm old, I still listen to sports talk radio, he's doing commercials for heart problems. Like, that's the craziest storyline I've ever seen in my life. The guy who was guilting everybody. And this was a guy who was a civil rights leader.
He's doing commercials for heart problems. In what way? Like, what are the commercials?
Heart fibiotosis. Can you look up what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar heart commercials? He's talking about how he's AFib.
He is?
Yes. But this was a guy who was full on in the civil rights movement, who would have a great understanding of the black community's relationship with pharmaceutical companies and what, that famous thing where they let everybody have syphilis forever. And then they sent like black nurses to convince them. Yeah, AFib. So he was a guy who was pushing everybody. Oh, dude, that's so crazy. It's with Pfizer too. And he was a guy who was pushing everybody to get the jab. He was like really going after LeBron James, who didn't want to do it. And then now he's doing these commercials, which is so crazy to me.
But did he have that before he got jabbed?
I never heard of that. It's possible, but I never heard of it. But it's crazy that he's on both sides of that.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, but a lot of older people got real scared. That's one of the things that happened. A lot of old people, when COVID came around, got real scared, and they wanted to believe that the pharmaceutical drug companies had an answer. And they didn't want to hear any nonsense from the anti-vaxxers.
Well, you saw they rolled it out, right? It started with China, and we saw these videos of people falling down, even though that never happened when everybody got COVID here until what? They got the jab, right? And then we started seeing people, So you watch how they slow rolls these psyops out.
The crazy thing is watching the compilation of all the newscasters faint on TV.
Oh, doing that? How about when they see something and they freak out and then they fall down? That's the weirdest thing.
It's all weird, dude. It's all weird. It's weird that we all watched it in real time. The Heather McDonald video. I mean, it's almost like the universe had a script, right? The Heather McDonald video in particular.
She's like, I got all the jab.
Yeah, boom. Black. I mean, it was nuts. It was like the perfect punchline at the right time. You know, if you want to have evidence of a simulation, like that seems fake.
That's so crazy. It was caught on camera.
Crazy.
And then she falls back, and you know something's going on because she doesn't try to brace herself at all.
It was so bad.
I feel for her. I like her.
Well, that was a bad fall, man. Scary fall. But it's just crazy how it lined up that way. And crazy how brought to you by Pfizer. You see these people. You see those commercials, I mean, those compilations, rather, of all the different newscasters falling over. It's like, wow. And no one got suspicious other than these weirdos online. No newscasters got suspicious. No media people got suspicious. New York Times didn't get suspicious. How many soccer players are dropping dead? What's going on here?
Healthy athletes having heart attacks.
Yeah, how many people are just having heart attacks when they're 18 years old, which never happened before? What the fuck is going on? And no one wants to admit that they made a terrible mistake and that they got duped. So they continue to do the work of the people that duped them. They're like, they got bit by the vampire and they're trying to bite other people. It's weird.
It's yeah. Have you ever heard okay, this is a really weird conspiracy.
No, from you? No fucking way, Sam. I don't believe you.
The Chinese population, have you ever looked into that?
Oh, that the population is actually a lot lower than they said it is? Yes.
And that there's all this data that kind of lines up, like the amount of funeral homes have quadrupled. China's lied about the amount. They listed all these fake kids going to school that aren't really going to school. And the weird one is the amount of salt that they've imported from Japan has gone down to half. So all these people go to China, all these guys, tourist vloggers, and they're like, there's nobody around. There's nobody here. Where is everybody? This is because if you go to India, right, we saw them, how many people they pack in there to see that Atari graphic land on the moon. Look how many people are in there. But you see this over and over again when people go to China, they're like, there's nobody around here.
Well, I think there's parts of it that are very unpopulated, but you know what has always been the weirdest conspiracy for me with China is the Great Wall.
Oh, where it faces?
Yeah, the turrets where they shoot arrows from, that's facing inward, not outward. Not like to guard people from coming over the wall that way. It's the other way.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, who designed this? What were you doing? What were you trying to accomplish? Why would you have it turned towards the country?
China, right. If you're trying to protect China.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you look at like a camp, right? And they have or a prison. The people they want to keep in, they put all the wire and stuff this way so you can't crawl out.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with that.
Did you see how long it is too?
It is pretty
Isn't
long.
it? What is the full length? I think it's 14,000 miles. Imagine 14,000 miles of stone wall built by hand over hundreds of years, and you have the openings for arrows pointed towards the people?
Yeah. Have you ever seen old pictures of how like it being built?
No.
And the people building it are like demons and shit like that. It's like very weird, dude.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Old drawings, you mean?
Yeah, of drawings of the Great Wall of China being built. It's almost being built like by demons.
You know,
I've seen something about the turrets or whatever. They're on either all sides or multiple sides, not just facing in.
but sometimes they're just facing in.
I don't know.
Because this guy did a whole video on this whole stretch of the Great Wall where it faces in. What does it? Click on that one, see what it
Yeah,
says.
this is like it's talking about YouTubers sensationalizing stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, it's also, again, 14,000 miles, right?
And
So some of it probably
territories
does.
change.
Right.
Sometimes, you see that because, like, I'm Armenian. I'm from the village of Van. I'm Russian Armenian. And at that time, it was in Turkey.
Bro, look at this. 13,170 miles. That's so crazy.
How long would it take for you to build that? forever.
Imagine if you live forever and like Sam, you can live forever, but you have to rebuild the Great Wall of China.
Oh.
But if you do, don't worry, you'll live forever. It's going to take you a long time, but once you're done, you'll be free.
Does it say
And
how
you'll
long
live
it
forever.
took? Yeah.
Would you do it?
No, I don't want to live forever.
You don't?
No, I don't think we're meant to live forever. I think we're meant to come here, finish a task, wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
And this whole thing about extending life forever sounds miserable to me.
It is weird that all these techno people are about to grasp the ability to do something that has never been done before and is very strange. Like if you can change a human body and you can enter some sort of a chip into that person's brain that gives them entire access to the internet instantaneously, telepathic language, who knows what kind of ability to control electronic devices and all kinds of different things. And someone gets to decide whether or not that happens to the human race.
Yes.
Because once it happens, you're not putting that cork back on the bottle.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
out. It's going to give an advantage to people. So everyone's going to want to do it. You don't want to be a regular meat ape when all these fucking geniuses are around here reading your PIN number from your mind.
They're doing that.
Yeah.
They're doing that with babies now. They can test IQs already. They're doing genetic tests because these really rich people want super smart kids. So they're making sure that the IQ of the baby is at a super high level.
There was also that thing in China they did where they altered the baby's genes to make them smarter. Yeah. Well, we're going to have genetically modified human beings for sure in the next
If they're not
100 years.
already here.
But I mean, they're going to be like Thor. Everyone's going to look like Thor. Every woman's going to look like, fill in the blank. Whatever you're into.
There's too much tits and ass on the internet.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be such a good time. There's going to be no sixes. It's just going to be, initially it'll be adopted by the rich, but then it'll just be like cell phones. In the beginning, fucking Mike Douglas had that big ass fucking stupid thing on the beach in Greed.
Good. Yeah.
Now that's a joke, right? Now everybody has a phone. You go to the jungle, people have phones.
Dude, there's fat homeless people with iPhones.
Everyone has phones.
iPhones.
Yeah.
Like
They
that's
go
why
into
you're never
Starbucks.
going to have a revolution when you have fat homeless people with iPhones. Like
They're fat, and they have no money, and they're still fat.
Yeah, and they're living the best life. That's how comfortable it is. We're just comfortable enough not to get upset.
Sam Tripoli, I got to wrap this up. I love you to death. I don't agree with everything you said, though. I want
Come
to tell
on,
everybody.
dude. I'm always right. Last thing I want to tell you is that Gaza, Europe will go in and regulate it, and that is the prediction I want to give you. That is
Europe
prophesied.
is going to regulate Gaza.
Yes.
That's prophesized.
Yes, and then it's basically going to be it's been prophesized there will be a war between the pagans and the lost tribes, and you go through this
Where
whole
can someone go to research this further?
Let me just tell you this. I'll give you the name of it.
I got to pee. We got to wrap this
Okay.
up. Just tell me what it is.
I just got to get
I've
the
been
name
holding
of
in
it.
my pee for 5 minutes
Okay,
hardcore.
I appreciate you, dude. I'll give you the name right now. Here we go. You can go to the Living Church of God. It's YouTube at Tomorrow's World. It's all been prophesized. England, the United States, and Israel versus the pagans. The pagans will be led like before the Assyrians, who are now Germany.
If it turns out to be true, I'll bring you back.
Put
You're
the
a fucking
that will be
genius.
my third prediction I've gotten right. I love you so
I love
much.
you too, brother.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
buddy.
Always
I
great
love
to
you.
see you, my brother.